Welcome back everyone. So far we have worked with 1D array and 2D array. Now it's time to take things to the next level, multidimensional array, meaning arrays with more than two dimensions. This is where data storage becomes more powerful and more visual. So, what are multidimensional arrays? A multidimensional array is simply an array with more than two indices. Examples include 3D arrays, 4D arrays, and beyond. These are used when we need to represent more complex data structures like 3D models, medical scans, or multi-layered maps. They are commonly used in fields like graphics, AI, and scientific simulations. Here's a simple analogy. Imagine a cube of boxes instead of a flat table. Each value is placed using three coordinates. Row is determined as x, column as y, depth or layer is z. So a value in a 3D array can be accessed using array x, y and z. It's just like finding a point in the 3D space. Let's quickly visualize a 3D array like a cube. We have two layers, each with two rows and two columns. Access pattern, array, then layer, row and column. Layer 0 means front, which contain 1, 2, 3 and 4. Array layer 0, row 0, column 0 is 1. Array layer 0, row 0 and column 1 is 2. Array layer 0, row 1, column 0 is 3. Array layer 0, row 1, column 1 is 4. Layer 1 black, which contain 6 and 8. Array layer 1, row 0, column 0 is 6. Array layer 1, row 0, column 1 is 8. So if we say array layer 1, row 0, column 1, the value is 8. This cube-like view helps us visualize how values are stored in three dimensions. So, where do we use multidimensional array in real life? Here are some practical use cases. 3D games and animations to model environments and characters. Weather forecasting to represent changing temperature or pressure over time. Medical imaging like MRI or CT scan which use layered slices. Physics simulations for modeling real-world behavior. Machine learning tensors used in neural network and data training. These arrays gives us the ability to store and manipulate real-world complex data efficiently. Even though we visualize multidimensional array as cubes or grids, they are stored in memory just like 1D array and 2D array in a continuous block. A special formula is used to convert multidimensional indexes into a single memory address. Most programming languages use row measure order, meaning the row index changes slowest and the last index changes fastest when stored in memory. There are a few important things to remember when working with multidimensional arrays. They require more memory, especially as dimensions increases. Accessing and updating element can get more complex. You need multiple nested loops to traverse them. For example, 3 loops for a 3D array, 4 for a 4D array, and so on. So while powerful, they also need careful handling. Here's the general syntax for declaring a multidimensional array. Array A, B and C, where A is number of rows, B is number of columns and C is number of layers or depth. For example, there is an array which have 2 rows, 2 columns and 2 layers. In total, there are 2 cross 2 cross 2, 8 elements in all. And that's all for this lecture on multidimensional array. We explored what they are, how they are visualized, how they work internally, and where they are used. In the next session, we will take dive into a special type of array That's called array of pointer. Thanks for being here and I will see you in the next lecture.